to license it.
Meep meep.
Hi everybody, and a warm welcome back to Maple Leaf Matchbox Makeovers. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is a very beautiful 1:55 scale Matchbox Ferrari 308 GTB. It's the 50th makeover on my YouTube channel, and I wanted to pick a special car. The first one I ever did was a 308 GTS, the convertible Magnum P.I car. So you might see one of these every 50 videos or so. This one's more orange and needs to be Rosso Corsa red. It's going to get a nice upgraded wheel swap, and I'll take care of some of the body damage as well. But we begin as always by drilling out the two rivets, front and back. I've worked on several Matchbox cars now, and I like them for the detail that they have. This is a metal base on this one. You can see a one-piece plastic interior. It's a two-seater. That's in nice condition. The window glass was not riveted in, so it popped out easy too. But it's play worn and there's a lot of paint chips on there. Come the wheels, and let's see what kind of condition everything is in today. Back into the bench vise, and I changed the drill bit to a 2mm while I drill out these posts, and that's the right size to take an M2 screw, which is needed when I put this all back together at the end. Always a good idea to do a test fit at this point in restoration, and if there's any adjustments or fixing to do, you do it before it's been painted and clear coated. But we're off to a good start. I put everything into one little basket here so I never lose a part anymore. There's the old wheels, and I have got the closest I can match to an authentic looking Ferrari spoke as those. They came off of a Siku model. I'm wearing a mask during the paint stripping process because it's pretty toxic. And only the metal parts go in here. So it's just the base that I'm holding now and the main body. And depending on the condition of the paint, usually takes about 20 or 30 minutes. I'm in no rush here. I always have some other things to do while I'm waiting. And after that time has elapsed, you should see a very easy removal of the not quite Ferrari color. Say goodbye to that. I do this in hot soapy water. It neutralizes the gel. It's a little bit safer. And this paint job put up no resistance at all. So that's also moving along quite nicely. And I'm going to take this into the laundry room wash tub and give it a good bristle brushing. And here's what we have. Just about entirely paint free, a little bit dull on the base, and we are going to find some imperfections in this body. It's about this point that I do an inspection and see if it needs any extra bare metal work. And I'm very happy to have a Dremel back in my possession after 3 months working on these restorations without one. So the metal brush attachment goes on and makes quick work of giving this a quick polish. If there's any residual paint left, it'll come right off. And I'm wearing goggles, another safety precaution, because these little bristles fly everywhere. They'll come off that actually stick into your skin. And even though I wear eyeglasses, I want to have safety goggles on top of those. Now you notice the little boy who played with this, looks like he went head first into the wall or the sofa leg a couple of times, and it's fairly deep bumps and gouges in there, but diamond files will make quick work out of that. Alright, a little bit better. And I've noticed inside the window frames, top and bottom, there are a couple of burrs in the metal. And any time you take at this point gives you a much better result come paint time. And now with the sanding sponge, that just gives it a little softer edge. Have a look at that. That's factory new once again. Beautiful. Dremel tool goes back into use on the base now. There's some casting lines on there that need to come out. And these are the only ones I found on the whole car. But this is right in the very prominent, the nose of the car. So I don't want those showing through a brand new paint job. Matchbox produced these cars from 1981 to 1991. Mine's the 1983 release that was made in Macau. And this is my very first experiment today with adding side view mirrors. Never done this before, and Matchbox didn't bother to take the time to do that. And my strategy here is to use a dress pin. Actually has a plastic head on it. And I'm looking for the proper placement on my iPad. That's about halfway through this front triangular window. And I'm using the finest drill bit that I've got on this handheld drill. Alright, now it looks round and bulbous right now, but I'm going to work on this and form it in shape horse. So I position my Dremel tool perpendicularly, and I put a sanding drum on there, and it's low speed. Holding the pin with some needle nose pliers, and the first couple of moves here is just flatten the round pin head into a kind of a lollipop, front and back. And a couple minutes later, trying to get that shape, and of course I'll work that by hand as well. And here they are. A dry fit. And I can position those a little bit better. I'm just getting the first look. I'm pleased with that. Into the spray booth for some Tamiya fine surface primer. This is the gray primer. A beautiful product to work with. And I have taped off the base so that formerly the gray sides with the Ferrari logo on them are exposed, and the nose and the tail, and those are going to get this beautiful Rosso Corsa Ferrari red treatment. So no more two-tone. So I guess you can't say it's a true restoration. I've changed the original coloring that Matchbox produced. I'm adding some side mirrors, and I'm going to do some extensive detailing on this. I just want it to be a very special car number 50. And the first coat that I put on is just a tack coat. And I'm going to let that set up and dry for a while before I apply a second and a third coat of this red paint. If you're enjoying this video, I invite you to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button that's in the bottom right corner of your screen. I've almost got to 400 subscribers now. Maybe that'll be you. And that would be delightful. And I always invite you to leave your respectful comments below. Let me know what you like about the video, or tips you can give me out of your experience for doing things a little bit better. I sure do like reading those, and it helps me a lot. And working on windshield, a subscriber tip that I got way back early on in the first couple of cars that I was doing, and so I've made it a practice now to gradually increase the fineness of the wet dry sandpaper, starting with about 800. I move up to 1200 and 2000 and 2500, and I'm going to finish it with a 3000 grit and take any of those little scratches and marks off. And this product is Sonax, is popular in Germany. It's a plastic polish. And so I changed the Dremel attachment again. Fairly low speed so I don't burn it with friction. And wouldn't you agree, that looks just lovely for about a 40-year-old model. And another viewer tip is to dip the clear plastic into some floor polish, which sounds counterintuitive, but it sure gives it a little bit of protection and a nice shine. And I'll pop a plastic cup over that so it will dry without anything landing on it. And I give the same treatment to the interior that's been washed up. So that's for durability, because I want these cars to have a second life. I don't collect them or display them or sell them. When I'm finished with a makeover, these go to the local Goodwill store as gifts for kids. I really want to do some fine detailing on this. So everything got sprayed red, but now the side mirrors that I've added are going to be black. I always download some pictures from the internet, and these vents behind the windows are black. The hood vents. And if the casting allows, I like to put a personalized license plate on there with the particular makeover of the car. So this one is MLMM number 50. And some fine detail on the prancing horse on the left of the license plate. On the right it says 308 GTB. Ask me if that was small to work on those with a chrome pen. And I've got another picture downloaded here with the front lights on the black grille, orange indicators and some white lights beside those, so I'm trying to keep it pretty close. These were not part of the original detailing from Matchbox. A little upgrade today. These are paint pens that I'm using in various colors, and it's a very, very fine tip. Gives me a bit better control than a paintbrush. Now the wheels have been swapped out, and I had to adjust the axles for the width of the 308, and the one-piece glass just pops back in. Didn't need to be glued or silicone or riveted. And it's a very easy reassembly. Better turn that around. Well, this nice little car gave me a couple of problems here and there, but nothing major to report to you. And with these couple of screws being the final puzzle pieces, car number 50 is just about ready for the gift bag. And I still have much to learn, and I've continued to make some beginner mistakes and have to redo a couple of things. Not all on camera, but I'm going to say I'm happy with the final product that we have. Let's take a closer look at the 308 GTB. Nice wheels. That's as close as I could get to the Ferrari. Spokes detailed the front hood emblem and the lights. Side mirrors came out very well for my first attempt at using a dress pin, and it was pretty micro small in the tail lights and license plate and emblem area, but I did the very best that I could to make this special. I spent some extra time on that paint job, taping around those exhaust pipes, and I painted the side window uprights black as per the original car, and some clear coat for the shine. Such beautiful body lines on the 308. Here's what it started out as. The orange color just didn't seem to suit, and the two-tone I didn't like. Boom. Now it's a Ferrari. And that car looks like it's going 100 miles an hour standing still. So cool. Thanks for coming to my channel today and watching makeover number 50. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, won't you? And I invite you to come back for 50 more. It's coffee time.